Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, I haven't done yesterday, today, and tomorrow reading in a while. I think Jimmy Carter was the last one. Somebody asked about Cher. That's an interesting one. Got somebody who's not dead or on their deathbed. And she's certainly had quite the life and the career. I haven't heard anything going on with her, so just did a quick Google search, and the two main stories are is that I guess her son Elijah Blue is going through a divorce, and who's soon to be her former daughter-in-law is saying that Cher's interfering with stuff. And the other part was that I guess she's got a boyfriend who's 40 years younger than she is. She's 77, so I guess he's in his mid to late 30s. Okay. All right, I'm now caught up. Okay, so yesterday, today, and tomorrow readings are basically we look at one person or a group and we look at the spiritual meanings of their life. We take one card to sort of summarize one of the spiritual lessons that they've learned and how it's impacted them in the past, currently, in the future, and then the overarching spiritual message. Okay, so come on down. Let's see what's going on. Cher, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. What's the main topic? This card came up a number of times while I was shuffling. Let me get centered here. Okay, so it's learning to let go and walk away when something isn't working from you. Be it relationships, careers, anything in life. It's actually a really interesting lesson here. One of my earliest memories of Cher was that she was married to Sonny Bono. And they had the Sonny and Cher show as a variety show, as so many people had variety shows in the 70s. And it was a shock when the two of them got divorced. Sonny was, I believe, a bit older than she was. Like a lot older. But, he went on his political career and she became an even larger entertainer with it, and now she's on the other foot. Now she's dating somebody a bit younger than her, but again, knowing when to leave her husband, get a divorce from her husband, knowing when to leave television and work on her her singing or her careers, and knowing when to walk away with that to go on with other life challenges. Okay, so in the past, let's see, let's get this up here, right about there, and what's going to be underlying it, the truth. This is, in this walking away card, you've got an eclipse. You've got the moon blocking the sun. And underneath it is the sun. It's understanding more details, your truths, and then walking away from stuff that doesn't work for you and walking towards your truth. That's an amazing, amazing start on this one. Okay, so in the past, it's the Nine of Swords. I think it's that stress, the lack of confidence, or, you don't know what you want and you've got what you think what you want, but it's not working for you and it's stressing you out. Maybe it's, fear-based stuff. Latch on to Sonny Bono because he'll launch your career. And do you really want to let go of him? Because maybe he'll bury my career and I'll never get to do the stuff I wanted to do. But, it's understanding that you had to walk away because it just wasn't working for you. And don't worry, yeah, you may be walking away, but it's all going to work out. Yeah, so in the past, nightmare situation, feeling like you're trapped, you're stuck. She was always going to be like, and again, I'm sorry if I'm going all the way back to the Sonny and Cher show, but that's kind of my first introduction. And it's a way to do that. This could also be movies, television, and film too. But like with Sonny, she's stuck. She's always going to be in his shadow because he's the older person. He's the man in a society that hadn't fully accepted women yet, even in the 70s, despite... and she was kind of like the hippie. She was very much... seemed to represent women's rights and such, where he was the conservative man. So you can already see where a hippie chick and a conservative man are just not the greatest match, despite the stuff that they did well together. Emotions, yeah. It can cause fights, a lot of stress, because they're just not aligned. And then, I imagine that dealing with really strong personalities. And I'm sure, it ended up that Sonny Bono was a congressman. He's going to have a real strong personality, my way or the highway type thing. He's probably brokenhearted because I believe she broke it off with him. And he was probably brokenhearted by that, but she just had to do it. It wasn't working for her. Now, this could also be, movies and television, that as you get older, these careers, they start causing stress. She had made her money, but it's, what good is the stress if it's causing you emotional strife? And you don't have to be locked into the career of movies. You don't have to be locked into music. You can do various things, and it really is a dog eat dog world in those things. So again, in the past, learning to get out of stressful situations that was causing her emotional stress, emotional damage, that she wasn't a victim, she wasn't trapped if she didn't want to be. And sometimes you just got to think of yourself and don't worry about what other people think, because it's your life and your truth. So if you want to walk, take a walk. You're allowed. Current situation. Oh, good Lord. The devil. Okay. Who are you chaining yourself to? And it's okay to break those chains. The stuff that you've done in the past, whether it's addictions or relationships, it's knowing when you are, like, being codependent. Are you being codependent on things? And again, I mentioned that thing about her daughter-in-law say she was interfering with the divorce. And I think one of the stories I read in the thing really briefly is that Elijah Blue maybe was going in for treatment, and the former daughter-in-law is saying that she's interfering with his treatment. So, addictions and stuff like that. It's, again, finding out when you're a willing participant or contributing to codependence and moving away from something like that, unchaining yourself. It's bringing an end. Bringing an end to codependence, bringing an end to self-destructive behaviors, even self-destructive talk. Her current boyfriend's 40 years younger, and she told him flat out that, this isn't going to work out. And I can't say I blame her. 40 years is a huge difference in people's lifestyles and their life choices and where they are going in their life. But, if you're willing to unshackle yourself from the opinions of others, whether a 78-year-old woman should be dating a 37-year-old dude, fine. If that's what you want to do, if that brings you happiness, if he completes you, if that's what it is, then do it, man. I mean, I'm not going to judge you for it. You just got to know what his motivations are. Does he love you for who you are? Or is he after your money or power or something like that? But that's a problem all famous people have to go through. The people that come in their lives, who are they? Why are they there? Are they there for you, or are they there for their own self-interest? But it's basically knowing when to break off things that aren't working for you. Knowing when to call it quits for things that are destructive. Again, kind of like this part. This is the stress, the not knowing. This is all the success you've had, and can you walk away from it when you need to walk away from it? Yeah. Oh, wow, look at all these major arcana. She's actually in a really interesting part of her life right now. So you've got the walking away from that, ending it, knowing when to move on. Your life, your life is going forward. She's much closer to the end of her life than the beginning of her life. You don't have time for the drama and the BS. You just don't, because your time is short and precious. So put an end to stuff that's not serving you. Put an end to things that cause you burden. In the end, she's in her late 70s, man. You've got 5, 10, 15, 20 years if you're lucky. And you sure as hell hope that they're healthy. 'Cause I suspect that she will have a healthy life because she seems to have taken really good care of herself. But again, walking away for addictions and codependency and things that don't work for you, expectations. You know what? You're 77, 78 years old. Make your own damn choices. Tell these people to go F all the way off. Kill what doesn't work for you. It's your life. Move forward with it. And don't let the decisions of others, the expectations of others burden you in your drive forward for truth, whatever that truth is. Now, remainder of her life. What has she got going on? Victories, celebrations. Celebrate everything that you've done well. Celebrate the contributions you've done to society, to other people, your triumphs, and stuff like that. You know, she's, again, take a victory lap. You're allowed. Because all things come to an end. Everything's going to come to an end. I doubt this means she's going to be destitute. It's kind of like, she's not, it's kind of like, take your victories in your life for your truth because of the things that didn't happen. She's not destitute. I don't think she's lonely. She's got a companion right now. She loves her family. I don't think they ignore her. But, your life is going to be an end soon enough. You've led a full life. You're not going to be kicked out on the street or ignored or forgotten. You've made an impression on people. Keep looking for your truth. Don't be, this could be take your victories now because your health maybe her health does fail in the end, because Pentacles can be about health. Maybe her health does fail in the end. Maybe she does have a health moment. I was saying she takes really good care of herself, but who am I to predict if that's going to happen? And it could be that she does get sick and it does end to her, but maybe she gets like a cancer of some sort, but whatever that she has, it leads to more research and awareness brought forward to it, and people celebrate her triumphs. Again, with the Sun card, that exploration. But we will celebrate Cher's life. Now, overarching, what's the overall spiritual message? Wow, I'm going to have to move this. Let's move this back this way so we can get these cards in. She's been on television, in movies and film. She's been able to impact people's lives through over the airwaves, as it were. And she made big impacts, quick impacts on things. That's kind of going with it. That she was okay to change on things and make things different and just kind of mix things up. And she could do it really quickly. You got the Queen of Pentacles. She was a mom to her kids. She had the pet things that she did well, and she took care of those things. I think she had her extravagances, but she wasn't like a total freaking diva that causing problems wherever she went. That just wasn't who she was. She was like a real person that had a lot of fame and fortune in it, and I don't think it really went to her head. She was kind of grounded. I could see Lady Gaga being very similar in that regard. In some ways, Lady Gaga is very much today what Cher was like back in her day. Fight for what you believe in. Fight for what's right. Know when to walk away because you're right. You know what's right. You know what's working for you. And, you're going to have to fight for things, and don't worry about the message that it sends across because it's your truth. It's your life. It's your truth. Oh, what a neat card to end with. Temperance. Even when life's a struggle and you walk away from it, you're going to heal and you're going to recover from it, and you get yourself out of a less toxic situation and into a better situation for yourself because you're walking away when you have a better understanding and you're more in your truth. So in the end of the day, it's how do you get into your truth? Move quickly when it's time to move. When you're right. When you're right, you're right. Value yourself, value your time. Yeah, some people get hurt, but ultimately this is your life, and you need to live your life your way because that's what's right with the world. Okay, so God bless Cher. again, I have memories of her from a child watching the Sonny and Cher show. I know in the 80s she had all sorts of albums and movies coming out, Moonstruck, so on and so forth. I never really watched them. I wasn't a huge Cher fan, but I had friends that were and were really into her. And, again, she just carrying on doing her life. I think she's had a really successful life, and it's been a very impactful life. So to that, I say kudos to her. Good job. Hope you found this reading interesting. Thank you for all your likes, comments, and shares and everything you do to help this video get out to others. To anybody new to the channel, welcome. I do these readings every once in a while, and I hope you found it entertaining. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.